at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our daily gun show. Come to live every weeknight at midnight Eastern, and we talk about guns for an hour. And today is episode
Out there on or behind the line.
1256. So we're going to go over here, and we don't have anything listed under here yet. So we're going to go over to here and cram some stuff in here. Going into the history over here and seeing this thing. I think it's saying stuff. So let's see. We got the what do we got? Light Society podcast was today. Oh, okay, go back. And scroll all the way down. Open that in a new window. So we got the Plate Society podcast was what, 2 hours, hour and a half earlier today. See if anybody was around to watch that one. And then I think Crump had a show. I have to scroll down again. Yeah, Crump had a show with Flying Rich. I didn't get there for the beginning, and they talked about alternatives or something. Alternative platforms. So we'll put a link to that one in here.
Simple tax returns over.
And then it's giving me tax ads, what do you know? And then we'll go down to the Daily Bullet, which was Lloyd needs a microphone. And there. And open that up.
I would say Lloyd is one of my cohorts in crime. He's another podcaster on the Self-Defense Radio Network. He has 2 podcasts on the network, Martin Lutheran Radio and Unload and
Exercise in Futility.
Lloyd, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Paul. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
That's what his mic sounded like the whole time. So the ironic part is they got in there and started talking about how great the sound quality is of that podcast. And I was like, uh-oh, you got hit by the irony stick. Because that was not good audio. And I usually don't complain unless it's like that one where I had to put the audio all weird and barely hear one of them and then have to do the equivalent of ear squinting to even listen to the other guy. Otherwise, then we had the thing from Walt, because Walt makes videos, and then we had the Early Watch Nation was on this morning. And we'll grab that. Don't do that to me. I have to scroll all the way down now for this. No, I didn't want to. Damn it. So, I already got that one. I'm looking at this stuff all on the other screen over here. Now we'll get the Early Watch, and then we also want to grab the chat we did on the big channel this morning. So we're calling the Early Watch, I guess it was Early Watch 7. So I guess I learned something this morning with the Early Watch, and that is that Early Watch is only Mondays and Fridays now. So I have not been missing them, and they have not been not showing up at my feed. And it's not like, I'm just not seeing them, but in fact, they're not doing them every day. All right, and then we were live on the other channel, so we'll link to that too, or also. And then once we get all this stuff in here, there's all the kind of labor I have to do off air normally when I get to watch it. All right, so that's how you shove a bunch of crap into there. You hit that, and now it's in the video. And now when we go over here and click on this, we get the show over here.
Let's see.
And now we can look at these things. So we've got, close that, and was that all of them? No, there was another one, dang it. So I'm going to need to go back over here, go back to edit, and go to this one. I knew there was another one. Something didn't seem right.
Again, it has less barrel.
And then we'll go in here and zap this one right there. And remove that one. All right, now we can click save. Double check over here. That was the last one. I mean, I watched some other videos, but they had nothing to do with guns, I guess. Nope. Did we already get the one from Walt? I'm going to put this one in here just in case. And that was one practical reason not to purge Trumpists. I don't think we talked about that one yesterday. So hit enter, put Walt's down at the bottom since that was from yesterday, and close out. All right, now when I save this, and we come back over here and refresh this and close that, we will now have all these new links down here. And that's what the homework's all about. So we can open them up over here in new tabs and take a look at them. All right, so I put them in here so that they're archived here so that people might be watching this show. If that ever happens, then they can look at those links and then see them, right? And then also, because of the internet is a mechanism, it is connecting all these sites together. That should be helping each of these sites. And now we'll go look at them. So we got the Play Society podcast. It was earlier today and everybody was on there. It was on for an hour and 43, I think about an hour of it. And then Clover started corking them. So then everybody would have been required to watch one or the other or dual. Then we had the Fireside chats with Crump and Flying Rich, and that was a pretty decent chat. I noticed that they're not necessarily showing up over here. So what's up with that? And then we got
An exercise in
Walt
futility.
talking about the credit card. What do you call it? Like, what's her face's Monsanto lady? It's her Monsanto lady's campaign against what's the word? Credit card companies. I got the hiccups and burping at the same time. It's killing me. And I'm trying to figure out why this 50 BMG is hanging like this. The only thing I can figure is it's probably a bottle opener. And because it's got a hole on the other side, it's hanging on a hook in this pegboard looking situation they got going on here. So that's an air gun, that's an air gun, that's an air gun, that's an air gun, that's an air gun. I'm guessing these are all air guns. These are definitely air guns. That's like an old-fashioned gun. That's an air gun. Maybe that's an air gun. Everything else up here is an air gun. So anyway, this was an interesting one. Basically, Walt's like, I don't care. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. Whatever. I guess it's nice to be a kid, not be worried about nothing. Then we got Daily Bullet. This is the guy with the great microphone.
Cohorts in crime. He's another.
Reached out to me, and he and I had actually connected because
I have a microphone. So then we got Early Watch. So this is Night Strike and Tony, who's the other half of Early Watch from back in the day. And Night Strike sits here, and Tony says stuff for a bunch of a while. And they were chatting. See, this one shows up over here. What's up with that?
She did her thing and it's now asleep. Took her.
So they were chatting about guns, and because Tony was in there, they started talking about revolvers, and ended up eventually showing some of the stuff from the Walker or from the Texas Ranger Museum in Texas.
Because again, it has less.
Now, I was only even listening to. Oh man, I was already only listening to Early Watch because I was up and whatever, I had to get up. So that's when I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't notice that Tony was putting his podcast over here. It's just lemon juice, no coffee, so I'm going to fall asleep. So Tony was putting his podcast over here. I didn't even realize it. And I think I figured out why, because I'm an idiot. Well, these I don't have any excuse for, but I know that sometimes when I see it, it looks like it's a gun. So I thought it was gun reviews. No, I got no excuse. These do not look like gun reviews. So I think I must have seen something like this come up in the feed. And I was like, oh, he just did a video of a gun review. And then I've never seen it again, or else they've been hoarding it from me. But whatever. Sorry, Tony, I didn't notice them before, so I'll be watching them now. Let's see. We're back to I was up, so I was listening to Tony. I figured since he's doing that podcast, I'd listen to it. We went live and took a bunch of the Second Amendment Foundation daily bullets, 24 of them, and posted them on Minuteman University, and just did that live and listened to Tony. It's kind of work that just has to get done once in a while to keep things updated and working and effective. So did that, and Kingpin was in there. I don't think he dug whatever Tony was laying down, but I had listened to about a half of the podcast, and I was like, this is gold. Like, I really like this podcast. I need to do some work anyway. Actually, I was doing work, so I was like, why don't I just listen to the podcast again and keep working? So that's what I did. And I don't remember exactly what part it was that Kingpin wasn't digging, but a couple of people showed up. I don't know if they dug the idea of listening to a podcast while I'm sitting there screen sharing while I was doing work. But I was taking the videos from the Daily Bullets and linking them, like embedding them into the Daily Gun or the Minuteman University pages wherever they're appropriate, so that when somebody's searching around over there, they've got current and relevant interviews or links. And honestly, the Second Amendment Foundation doesn't do a lot of links, so it gives them a little extra boost. Anyway, so Puppy wasn't feeling good, so anybody that was in there, she's not feeling really good, so she's still been kind of just sitting around all day, going out. But don't think it's anything important. I think she just ate something funny or something. Anyway, so that's why I was up early listening to that stuff. And then we got Waltz from the other day, and this is basically the idea of shoving another perspective on when you shove people out, and then how that's a self-defeating strategy, or it's a what the hell happened there? Or it's a strategy for somebody who's intentionally trying to get a result that they want, perhaps. I don't know if he brought that up, but very good insight again. And I think that's all of them. All right, so let me go over here and drop this. So that's the stuff that we put in the description of the video. Check it out if you want. And then they were going to take a look at the map of 2A. So let's see how long this will go. And I've lost my script, so we'll see how this works. But what players do we have in our playing field? What are the players and other elements that we would want in the playing field? I'm guessing there'd be things like the individual. And then we might have a state government, I guess. Maybe a federal government in there. Local government, I guess. DC project. I guess that's still a player, so the DC project. make them teal, right? Everybody's all excited that Early Watch is back. So excited that he says it twice. What's wrong with credit card company? The credit card company is, well, that's Monsanto lady who's over there yelling at the credit card companies. Walt was basically saying that because there's so much money in the industry that it'd be pretty unthinkable, or it would be difficult to see the credit cards just giving up on that much of an income. I think that was his whole position. All right, well, we got the platforms, the social platforms, perhaps. Yes, social platforms. Your individual websites, let's say. We got the as environment. We've got the what's this called? Like the current. Oh, what's this? What am I doing? Wrong tool. We have the current. I'm trying to say. What do you call term of office? Right, about 4 years. I guess that's the president. And then I feel like that would also be the senator's term of office of 2 years, right? What is that supposed to mean? You mean over here? That's unheard of. I don't understand what you're saying. It's crazy. I keep mine in the default configuration because I don't even think about changing them ever. I probably could. Can you drag and drop them into different things? And then we got sheriff's term of office. I'm going to put that as a thing. Because if you listen to the Polite Society today, they had an interesting interview with a sheriff, guy running for sheriff in New York. And I don't know how long a term of service is for a sheriff. But that guy's running for sheriff. And his whole thing is, I'm not law enforcement, and I'm going to make it where I'm not going to enforce any gun laws in New York. And that's going to create a situation that how much I say the jury or the judicial system has to get involved. By not doing the job of the executive branch, I'll create a situation where they have to address it. So basically, two-way activism through election. I thought that was a pretty cool concept. Senators is 6. I thought senators was 2. Right, that crazy? I thought it was 2. So you can change a bunch of stuff around. I'm on a 13-inch laptop though. If mine are that long, they do little squares. That is what she said, and then you'll notice that she did say it right in front of everybody. 2 years. That's what I thought. So I don't know why I didn't think senators was 2 years, because we do senators every year or whatever. Maybe I don't realize that they're staggered because I don't pay attention. But anyway, so this is part of the environments that we'd be dealing in, because whatever the situation is, there's always change, right? And some of it is constitutionally required change, like these elections and stuff. And that gives us game plan, right? That gives us parameters to calculate. What else are we missing here? So at this point, we have the individual, that would be you and me, perhaps. We have the DC project, which is a group of individuals over here. We got, and this isn't the only, we're trying to create the list here. We got the local government, the state government, and the federal government. We got your social platforms and your individual websites. We got terms of offices over here under environment. So at this point, we've got some environmental factors and we've got some players. What other elements are there? And then what other players might there be? What other environments might there be? And we're saying 2021, but 2021 going forward. So like I say, I think we were talking about this off air. For example, we've got a, do it like this maybe, put this on another layer and call this the timeline. We got something like, I'm not good at doing it this way. I'm gonna do it like this. We'll just say we got a 2-year deal, and then I don't have to do anything. I can just take that 2-year deal, bring it over here, and opacity it over down to nothing, right? And then say we got this 2 years, we got that 2 years, and then so on maybe. And I don't know how many 2 years we want to look into the future, but I'm just thinking of trying to keep it, what's the word? Somewhere that's working parameters, whatever the word is. So see, it's like really hard to get things like this to line up, right? I can't do it. So if you go over here, and then you grab all 4 things, and then tell it to, let's say, put them in a line horizontally, but they're still not, they're all weird. So then you can say, I think it's this one, go to this and distribute them equally across the vertical. So that was wrong. So distribute them equally across the horizontal. And now they're all equal. And if I wanted to, I could group them like this. And now I can pick up one and they all move like that. And if I need to pick up just one, I can ungroup them and move just, ungroup them and move just one if I needed to. And you can undo. All right, so that's our timeline thing. So we'll say, let's just unlock this real quick, grab that. I don't like having to do anything, and then go back to this timeline and call this one 21, I guess. And then what would this be? 22, 3. And then it's weird as hell. When is our next presidential election? In 4, I guess. That doesn't work really good. I guess I should put more in here. Do every year? That doesn't work. I was trying to do the senator elections every 2 years. So that would make it goofy and we wouldn't have a presidential one. Why is this math not working? Stupid math. So I guess I'll just do every stupid year now. That's how that works. There's probably a faster way to do this. Now you can take, are these grouped? No, they're not even grouped anymore. Anyway, this is why things take forever, because you end up farting around with the design part when you're really supposed to be working on the other part. And then people start complaining why the color is the wrong color or why they're not in the right line the other way. All right, so now we got 21, which is now. We got 22 for some reason and 23. Then we got 24, 25, 26, 27. I wanted to get to 28. I didn't do it good. So, damn it. I'm just going to say this is 28 and screw it. And then we'll get rid of this other one. that work? We should say this works. So we got the next presidential election, right? And then the one after that. And then we got these senatorial elections in between, governor elections and shit like that. What other, oh man, I mean, we can try to list organizations, but I think I'm going to call one of them organizations. Although they're players, they're sort of in a different realm, right? So let's get rid of this and put it under organizations, and then we'll add some more. We won't do that though. So we'll go over here, and I can think of the big ones are NRA. Nobody said that one, or did they? Let's see. Senators is 6. You can change stuff. Senator, sheriff 6. That's what she said. A third of the senators are up every 2 years. Okay. Ooh, rural versus urban, like that. I think that's a environment, huh? Nice. Now we're cooking with gas. Except I gotta go over here and click on this and then mute it, and then go over here because I don't like to have to kind of cut it and type anything. So then I can go over here and paste. Good. You have to capitalize the U, but all right. And then big cities, tell us small. City versus town. Well, that's rural versus urban. You're just saying the same thing over again. Gun industry. I'll take it. So gun industry will be an organization or a player? I'm going to call it a player. Make your own list if you don't like it. And we'll put this over here. I have to capitalize again, but whatever. Industry. And then also I got to change the font, but I guess you can't put it in the font I want. I guess it's too difficult. So put it over there. And then, I was going to add some more of these things to this list. Copy, paste, paste, paste. And now we go boom, 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 and boom. And we'll make this one FPC because they're good. FPC. Make this one GOA because I only have to change 2 things. We'll make this one 2NDF. ND? What the hell? How do you do that one? 2ND. No. What the hell do they spell it? 2AF? That's how they do it. 2AF, right? Second Amendment Foundation. 2AF. And then, am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. I'll leave it there for now. So we got the FPC, the GOA, the 2F, and then we'll just delete that one for now. What else do we got? Gun industry. What is this going to be, an infographic? Nah, I'm just trying to come up with the map at 2A so that we can all conceptualize it. I guess technically it's an infographic, but mainly it's just try to figure out what all the elements are, because I feel like one of the ways they're getting us, right, is by not letting us know what else going on, how many people are actually coming at us. Once we've got an idea, I have a couple of other ideas, but first we need to have the players for the next step. So we've got the organizations over here that are players, right? We've got the individuals and the different players that are elements in that area, heading off against the governments and I guess politicians would be different than government, or I don't know. And then we got the platforms and that kind of thing as far as the I still got that in players. SAF? No, that's probably what it is. Graphic organizer? Visualization. Graphic visualization? I don't know. Let's see. So, anything else we're missing in here then? I feel like we're definitely missing some more. So, we're going to put some politicians in here, I guess. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. And then what else you got? You got your anti. And maybe you got your rich ass son of a bitch, Bloomberg. Is there other Bloombergs, or is there just really Bloomberg? All these elements do line up. You could probably start drawing lines or something too, I suppose. I was thinking of trying to figure out ways to do something with these once we know what we got. Because I'm visual. I like to look at things. Like a database I've been thinking about doing. Oh, really? What is this all about? This is a scatter plot. Is that drugs? Venn diagram? I guess kind of like a Venn diagram. Should I put what is Soros? I don't know where Soros goes. I've heard that name. Are they anti or pro? Soros. See, I don't think for some, I mean, at some level you could focus in and go, do you talk about Wayne LaPierre? Do you talk about Chris Cox? Do you talk about the history of the NRA? Like, we're just talking major players here, so I don't want to get too many. I could switch this to rich billionaires or something if there's more than one. Is that a rich billionaire? If there's like rich billionaires ganging up on us, then we can just consider them another player in the bigger picture, right? So we got your politicians, or not your politicians necessarily. I'm not saying this is Wood's politician, but this is a politician. And then we got the anti-gun groups, and then we got your Bloomberg and your Soros, which I think are both assholes, right? And then you got your socials. What else do we got over here? We got your, what is that called? Network television? Network TV. Gonna get your cable TV. Because I don't think they're working together, right? Those are still separate entities. And then you get your Hollywood. I'm gonna put the video games in here. What you say? I don't care how show if you don't like it. I'm putting video games in here. Video games. I just did it. What else are we missing? Jordan Charles Bat. Okay, thanks. Isn't there a good one? Some brothers, or the brothers ours? And then we got the Trump. Shit, I don't even want to put him in here, but Trump's a player, I imagine. He's still got a shit ton of money, right? He ain't Bloomberg rich. I wonder if we're going to see like a battle of rich people. I think I'm just going to say anti. Oh, shouldn't have done that. I'm going to go good. Rich. Good rich people, and if that doesn't work later, we can divide it up maybe. And that way we got somebody who's good, who's on our side maybe, and then people who probably aren't on our side ever. And he runs these people. And where would you put politicians? Above the bad rich people or under the bad rich people? I mean, they kind of are bad rich people, but I got to feel like they're. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He's definitely going to be a rich person, but we don't know where he's going to be. So I don't know how to put this up here. 2 billionaires enter, both go home poor. Yeah, unfortunately, we're the ones going home poor. All right, so then over here it goes, I'm pretty sure it goes video games, Hollywood, then cable TV, then network TV. Social platforms go on top, and then individual websites go underneath of that. Oh, you know what? You know what we forgot? No one even said it. And this is the fucking Daily Gun Show. Damn it. Gun shows. Gun shows. I don't know where to put those. Environment, I guess. So let's get them out of here and put them in environment. And let's go see what all is in environment. What's over here? So we're going to make environment green because the environment is green. And then we're going to make good rich people blue because when I'm rich, I'm going to go around wearing blue all the time. Then we're going to have industry and whatever. We'll make the industry green for Angelina. Or I mean orange for Angelina. What the hell am I saying? Saying one thing and click on another. And then we're going to go to government. It'll be a shitty, horrible color like shitty red. Nobody likes. Oh, look, it won't even go to that color because it's so shitty. So we'll try it again. Shitty red. There you go. The platforms and whatnot can be boring gray because they suck butts. And then bad rich people can also be a shitty red color. So we'll make them another shitty red color. All right, there. We got everything color coordinated now. It's amazing. It's already now Patriot. Sorry, but what we're doing is we're just typing a bunch of shit on a white screen, and now they're in colors. So basically, everybody's colorblind. Can't tell who's good or bad anymore. It's just a black and white world for them. Where are we at? So I'm not going to divide up the rich people. Fuck the rich people. There's good ones and there's bad ones, and sometimes they switch camps, right? Then we got your. Do we put good politicians? I feel like we could put good politicians over. Is there there has to be like a good one once in a while. So I'm going to say quote unquote good. Like that for politicians, and we'll make that one blue so that they're not shitty. And then we'll go over here and make sure everybody knows these are the shitty bad ones. Which is most of them. It's like almost all of them. Except for regular people that begrudgingly do the job and then get out of there and talk shit about it as soon as they leave, like good politicians would. All right, so let's go over here. Koch brothers is too busy supplying guns to terrorists and cartels to mistribbles us. All right, I don't know. I don't keep track of all that. Read some of his tweets. He's definitely pro-gun. I hope so. It'd be nice to have the satellites on our side, right? Have his satellite system. But is that part of the environment? I'm putting it in here because of why not? What the hell are these under players? None of this should be. Oh, these are players. Okay. But I'm going to put it under. I don't know where to put it. It's an object or it's a tool. Maybe it's a resource. That's what it's going to be. What the hell just happened? There. Resource. Okay, so what do we got for resource? How about the industry as a resource? No, they're a player. They're a player. Guns are the resource probably. So what are we going to put under resource? Resource. I guess we got internet connectivity. So that would be our internet providers. Make that brown because it's shitty. And then what else do we got in the resources besides internet? Is that right to do it? It's the internet. Yeah, then we got cell phone providers maybe. Because these are kind of a different level than the platforms who are playing games on top of the hardware. They're different. We don't want to just mash them all up. And I don't know how we're going to play them later. But, oh, look what I did. I shouldn't have done that at all. Let's see. Movies and their influence. That's Hollywood, right? Our buying power. Oh, snap. Look at that one. Our buying power. And to think, he's teaching kids. So there's kids out there that are coming out brighter and smarter because of that. That's a resource, right? Definitely it's a resource. They keep putting it in the wrong font for it, damn it. So now I got to change the thing and the other thing. Look how many things I got to click. And I got to click like right over here. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's that one. It's right at the top. Yeah, it was really hard. And then I also have to change the capitalization. Ugh. So now I know what Angelina's life is like. It's horrible. There. All right. So, which leads me to my next subject of gun control. All right, so what else do we got for elements in the map of 2A today? We've got the environment, which everything sets in, which is maybe the time frame is that's where I should have put this. So we're gonna rename this time frame actually. Okay, and then we're gonna take gun shows. Oh, I don't know what to call this now. Yeah, I'm gonna call gun shows a resource. There's no rules, it's hard to figure out what to do it. Let's see, so I'm gonna change this to this blue color though, because it'll make it easier to understand it, that is the time frame. These things are gonna be environments. Yeah, these are environments, so we're gonna remove them, make a new one. Call it environment. And paste those things down here. All right, so we've got our environment, we got our time frame. We're going to put the time frame at the top. So we've got our time frame where everything happens, and I guess I need the timeline with that. So we got that. Let's put some locks on so we don't ruin nothing. So we got our, oh, I like that. Now we can do it this way. We got a timeline, starts today, right? Started yesterday. Some of you are just getting here right now though. And then it goes up to 2028 because we ain't kidding around. And then we go to this, which gives us the president's terms, senator's terms, and sheriff's terms. We could come up with other things in there, I suspect, right? Other time frames that we could do stuff in. Think of whatever time frames. Maybe there's a better way to do this than just vomiting it all out at once. But you know what? And somebody else can do it. I'm going to get rid of this because you don't need to see any of that. Am I still making noise on here? I can't tell whenever I remove my screen or whatever it is. Then we got the environment, which we are definitely missing a lot of environments. And then we got players. There's a shit ton of players. And then we got resources. And these are the organizations. So, right on. So I think what I'm going to do is unlock everything again, take the organizations and shove them under here, and then say pro gun groups. Put that under players again. Right, and then under pro gun groups are all of these things. And then we'll make this a decent color so it's not over here being shitty. All right, and now what are we missing? Let's see. That dude run for president? I don't think so. He's worth over. Yeah, isn't he the richest dude now? He's richer than what's his face, so he's probably done. Unless he's not done. That would be awesome if somebody came in and stepped on Bloomberg and was just free. That would be interesting. Let's see. See, I was saying that in my Princess Leela voice. Oh, hold on. Oh, Princess Leia or Leela? Two different space chicks altogether. The census and how that affects politics. Interesting. When do we got the census coming up again? That won't be till 30, so I'm not going to put it in here. I like the effort, but it's not going to affect us, or will it? Because it just did get counted. I think touche. I think you're right. I think it just did happen. The census. So where do we put the census at? Is it time frame or it's a resource? It's the environment, probably. Which one's environment? So I'll do this. Copy paste and then go back over here and copy and select all by clicking it a bunch of times and then paste. And then you don't have to type nothing. Except I gotta always change the capitalization because even though he's an educator, he requires it that I have to do all the work over on this end. All right. Let's see. It's weird. The Constitution prohibits the non-natural born citizens. The first couple of residents were from England. Was George Washington born in England? Current distrust of government. Snap. I think that's a good one. Environment, right? I gotta go back up here now. This, and over here. This, I think. I don't know if that's current. Oh, you know what, though? Oh, shit. You know what I thought of right now when you said that is... Anyone? New gun owners. Come on. Nobody said that yet. All I ever freaking hear until this chat. New gun owners are going to save us. Look, they're new gun owners because I can't talk and type at the same time. So now they're just new gun owners again. A couple of them probably bought a second gun, but not that many. Let's see. Said he wants to run in 2024. Oh, you're talking about Elon? Elian? I believe he's the process of Elian. Oh, he's not an American? Well, he can't stay here then. He shouldn't even be able to live here. We should kick him out of here. They are technically, oh, you're saying because there was no United States? I see. I got it. What is 6 all about? I don't know what 6 is all about. So I don't know what 6 is. So anyway, what else are we missing? And how does this help? Does this help now? Did we solve something? I feel like I've solved something. I made an infographic. That's got to be good, right? Done. Look at all the colors, the way that they're sectioned off into areas. I feel like this should have accomplished something. Can I show this to Pelosi? And she'll be like, oh, I get it. All right, we'll leave them alone. You can have your guns. Your magazines. Gotcha. And that is appropriate for the Daily Gun Show also. All right, I don't know if I'm doing anything worthwhile here or not. We've been spending an hour. I appreciate everybody paying or being part of it. I don't know if my goal here was to do something different. Imagine that. But to be constructive towards thinking about ways that we can blah, 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 describe this, interpret this, analyze this whole situation that we got going on, because I suspect we got more than one person working against us, and they're the ones who figured it out, right? Like we just are getting mugged right now, and we're still figuring out with the little birdies spinning around our head and stars coming out and figuring out what's going on. We're trying to figure out how many bad guys are even standing here. You know, was this a setup, or was this a coincidence? Was this an accident? Are they robbing the wrong people? Like, we're trying to figure all this out, and then right. There's Gunmetal. Appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in, or for the thumb. So I guess DJ's saying the braces. So that could be elements. What would those be? Positions, maybe? Like the issues? I'm going to say issues. And that's not that they are issues, but that's what have been created, the categories of the issues that have been created by the anti. Oh, really? I don't remember. When did he say that? I missed that, or I didn't get it when he said that, I guess. Damn it. You should have like a little thing that pops up on the screen, like a overlay that says like, I'm saying something important. Pay attention right now. Or maybe a little bell, like back in the day when you'd turn a film strip, you go beep. Like whenever somebody's saying something important, go beep. And then you know, everybody knows to listen. Listening at work on the low, surrounded by, that sucks, dude. That sucks. We'll eventually change that by being so stellar in our ability to state our position and to make clear how they have been manipulated as antis who don't have bad intent. They have good intent, but have been led astray. And we'll figure out a decent way to explain that to them with the help of all the new. And with the experience of the old, and what we'll end up with is a country that probably has no NFA at the end of all this, and feeling towards firearms like people have towards what are they called? What are those cars called with no tops on them? Convertibles. Where people are like, I don't want a convertible, but I don't care if you have a convertible, right? That's all we want is for guns to get to there. So. Ooh, we could put goals on here. Anyway, I got to put issues in here, so we're going to put issues in some other new color. And we'll put them on this layer. And why didn't it paste? So we'll try again. Paste, and then what's a good color for the pistol braces? The issues. The issues can be. What's a good color for issues? I guess this weird purple color. Seems like a color that an issue would be. We'll put it over here, and I imagine we can come up with. Oh, look what happened! I have to cut it out of there and put it over here where I want to do the first place. There we go. And I'm changing it, not its position on the screen so much as its position over here. So now I can remove just the issues. I can remove just the timeline. I can remove just the environments and that kind of thing. But I also need to move that up and put them back. All right. Motorcycles. We got that out there. Weather in Canada. Oh, we'll get there. I think that here, you know what? I'm going to put this, man, is this the place to do it? Let's get some issues in here first. So everybody's got the name of the game down. We're trying to fill in these purple issues. And there's not like there's no issues. Come on, what are the issues? The Hearing Protection Act. National reciprocity. Notice I'm having to do all the typing. Would think typing shit. I'm having to type it all. National, I don't even know if this is spelled right. It's probably going to be spelled wrong. And I'm going to put this on the internet at some point as an infographic. And then people will go, that guy doesn't know how to spell good. Because you didn't spell it for me. I had to spell it myself on the fly. I don't have any script over here. I don't know how to spell words. All right, so you got the idea. We need more of these, and then I'm going to come out, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to add a whole nother layer. You keep up over there. And I'm going to call this one, do we want to call it resources? What were our resources before? No, those are natural resources. We're going to call this opportunities. Right? And if I spell it right and don't spell it, opportunity, I keep spelling it opportunities. There we go, opportunities. And then we paste this, and here's what we're going to call opportunities. Braces at Christmas time. Right? Maybe it's a new color too. Wait a minute. What's that coming up red like that? I don't know why it's doing that. What else do we got besides braces? We've got the new orgs since 2015. And I missed that. So new organizations. Then we've got the. Why does it keep coming up like that? Is this got an extra earth return in it? What's it doing now? We also have the activists and behind enemy lines. Yeah, I don't know how to spell enemy lines. And then I need a shorter way to say that. Besides this, we also have. Well, I think there's more, but I'm gonna let y'all come up with some too. So then we'll go to here, and we're gonna give them this weird cream color. It looks goofy. It looks too brown, so we're not gonna use that color. We're gonna use this weird lime color, I guess, because you can't hardly see it. No, people that are colorblind are definitely screwed. From a distance, it almost looks like some sort of beginning of a bus chart or something, or like a bus map, like bus routes or something. Very nice. All right, so now we're going to go back over to YouTube side, so I don't have to type stuff. And age to buy. Nice. This is an issue. So I'm calling that an issue. Oh, I gotta go. Buying age. Magazine bans. What is going on over here? I think I have to do it like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. This is how you do stuff if you don't ever want to type, and you want someone else to have to type for you. So then we got magazine bans like that. Didn't have to type. Background checks. I like it. I like how I'm having to type all the capitals. So these people are going to act they did a lot of the work, but really I had to do a lot of the work here by putting the capitals in. All right, so now we got background checks. Let's do it again. Why is it giving me that extra thing at the bottom? It's driving me nuts. I want it. I didn't ask for it. I want it. Clearance checks for ammos. What is that all about? Background checks for ammo. You know what I can do? I can copy that. I can just paste it, the damn thing right again. Boom, boom. And then I can just say for ammo. Look at that. Boom. Gendering guns. What was that? 4473. I'm going to say 4473 revisions. But I don't know if there's anything specific in there that I can think of, but it is an issue. Putting a 200 KZ in it. What is all this about? Rebuilding a mini bike for our friend. Oh. So like in Canada, if you've got a Kawasaki, but then, you know, like you have a Yamaha motor, you're like, all right, I'll just put that in there. Anyway, you're not like, oh, because it fits. No, because it doesn't really fit. You're just going to put it in there. So gender and guns. I don't know what that's all Waiting periods. All right, I'm down with that. Look at how I have to do the capitals right away. Not so many red flags. There we go. That's the thing. It's crazy on the capitalization. I have to uncapitalize. Oh, it's just like chaos. It's how much work I got to do all the time. What's the other chat's doing this much work? Here, put it over here, put it over there, down, 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 down. There. All right. ETF definitions. How about that? Unroasters. I don't know what that is. So we'll keep going with you. Come up with any more of these, whatever they're called, issues, and we'll keep putting them in there. That's how fast it is to align them all to the right, right? And then we can, align them all to the left like that, and then we can distribute them vertically. Boom. Well, that didn't work because of the stupid things are not working right. I don't know how to make this. See, why is this thing like this when it should be like this? See how this is? And then see how this is? You can't change that. Why is it like this? Bob's over here talking about, I had this deluxe welder. I was in the business of welding. I was doing a lucrative welding business, and I was making good money, supporting a bunch of families, a bunch of immigrant families that come in. I was supporting them with my welding business. And then Bob comes down from Canada, and he's like, hey, can I borrow your welder that's integral to your welding business that's making all these families survive? And I'm like, of course, my friend, you can use my welder. And he takes it over there. I don't know what he does to that welder. But when I got it back, Harbor Freight wouldn't look at it again. They were like, this ain't a welder. We don't know what this accumulation of metal is, but it certainly wasn't a welder at any point. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. So needless to say, all those families had to go back to wherever they came from. And then Bob bolted his stuff closed, I guess. He didn't use a welder. Roasters are a list of, roast, what are they called? Rosters. Yeah, okay, I got you. Are they called pistol rosters or are they just called gun rosters? State. Is it roster like that or is it two? I don't think I have any new Bob stuff over here. Let me find out. No.
Tonight's episode, The Ripoff.
That way, if I put that in there legally, nobody can say you didn't know you got ripped off, that this show was a ripoff. Because now you just got announced it was a ripoff. All right, we got a heck of a lot of issues. So is that what we figured out, that really what we got is a bunch of issues here? Or is there other stuff to add to this list? Who's with me? Who's still got stuff to put in here? So we've got the, I'm going to go down through the list again. I'm going to lock everything up so we don't forget anything. We got the map 2A. Starting out with 2021, going all the way to 2028. We haven't really dealt with that part of it too much, other than putting down these terms of offices for different types of elected office, I guess. And we've got some opportunities, like the fact that they came at us at Christmas time and they went after people that are differently abled, right? They went after handicapped veterans at Christmas. Right? So it's hard to walk away from that kind of thing. Oh, you know what else we have in this list? that nobody mentioned, and I'm going to mention it anyway because you know you're scared too. What we have is, well, I think we already said over here, all the new gun owners. Yeah, all right. Well, so we've got the prices at Christmas. We got the, well, in a way, I think that I'm going to put it here also. The new gun owners. Maybe not the, oh, see, it's doing it again to me. Why is it doing it? Okay, to this one. Not so much the new gun owners themselves or the idea that the opportunity is the new, what are they called? I don't know what to call them. I guess they're owners new to guns. So implying that they're going to be researching and doing something and not just purchasing it. Shit, I don't know. Anyway, that also doesn't get confused by literally saying the same thing as the other one. So let's see. So we have the opportunities, so such as the fact that they just got done attacking prices at Christmas, and they're now being super spazzes. So I'm going to put in here as an opportunity. Some of they're just being weird over there. So what's the word? Like how? What's the word for saying they've got their eggs in too many baskets? They're antis want too much. I think that's a benefit, and I think that most everybody I've talked to has said something like, they're crazy. Although I don't know if that's an opportunity, as it could also be a bad thing. And then that the antis have so many other, what do you say, sticks in the fire, or so many other issues to worry about. And I suspect they're going to have a whole bunch of people walking up with open pocketbooks or open wallets, right? Hey, feed me, feed me, feed me. Make this project funded. Fund my project. Fund my project. They might be looking at us as taxes. That might be an issue. So, like I say, I want to think about some of the positives, and that's what these opportunities are. So they're not givens, right? They're not sure things. Otherwise, I would wrote that in there. Instead, they're opportunities and potentialities, something that we could do. Why is this doing this to me? I'll leave them there. Then we have issues. So we got pistol prices, the Hearing Protection Act, National Reciprocity, the buying age, magazine bans, background checks, 4473 revisions, background checks for ammo, waiting periods, red flags. I'm going to say red flag laws right there, because nobody really cares about red flags, even though red flags are stupid as shit. Red flag laws, though, are bad for, and red flag lags are totally different. Red flag laws, there we go. So then we got ATF definitions, the state gun roosters, and then, oh man, we got 3D printed guns. Nobody said that because you all don't 3D print guns. And then there's another thing. Oh, I can't think of what the other new thing. There's another new thing. Oh, plastic guns. Undetectable firearms. Suppose we could, if we really wanted to be crazy, have another color and another list of all the actual laws, but that might be better to just stick with these issues, because each of these issues pretty much comes with a law or two. So there's a lot of issues, that's for sure, and we probably haven't got them all here, and this is seriously, this doesn't even have assault weapons ban, and it doesn't, so this isn't even the big ones. This is just a whole bunch of little tiny ones that they consistently throw around. They don't have to spend any time deliberating. I saw somebody say something to the effect of, how come it took them X amount of time to go back and forth about spending $10 million on Pakistan, and when they want to do something else, they're able to do, get paperwork created in hours. paperwork that would be very difficult, you would think, to even come up with who to ask for the paperwork, let alone, figure out how to do it correctly and implement it and everything. They're able to do that in hours. Anyhow, so yeah, we got to put bullshit weapon thing in the AWB. AWB is actually, let's call it what it is, semi-auto. People that say weapon are trying to impress people and end up alienating whole bunches of people, and that's why we have these laws. So I'm not saying if you go around calling all guns weapons that you caused the problem we have today, but I don't go around calling all guns weapons. It's crazy. So we got a semi-auto ban, and we got the pistol braces, and we got the Hearing Protection Act, and we got National Reciprocity, and we got the buying age, and we got the mag man. I think I said all these already. So if anybody comes up with any more, we'll add those. Then we got the environments. So we've got the gun shows, the rural versus urban, the census, and the distrust of government. Those are interesting. Players, I think, is the biggest one. So we start out with the individuals in the industry. We've got the new gun owners, the good rich people, the good politicians, and the pro-gun groups. We've got the bad rich people, the bad politicians, and the anti-gun groups. We also have the social platforms, the video games, the Hollywood, the cable TV, the network TV, and the individual websites. No, we forgot over here some other stuff. So I'm going to put that under here, I guess. Oh, you got your magazines. Because those still go around and people still read them. And you got your radio. I'll put the radio in there too. Well, you know what else we got? It's podcasts. And when you think about podcasts, what's Joe Rogan? That guy, like, nobody shuts up about Joe Rogan all the time. That guy freaking eats a freaking burrito and I hear about it. Is that guy saving us, or is that guy watching us flounder, or is that guy about to do something awesome? He's got to be rich. Isn't he the biggest podcast? That must make you rich. Let's see. So we got, I think that's all the players. And then we've got resources. The resources almost got smushed over, so I got to move them over a little bit. The resources are our internet providers, cell phone providers, our buying power. I like that one. And then we got these organizations that just kind of fit underneath the pro-gun groups. So go back up and see if anybody else has anything to add to this. That was a giant yawn. I'm not drinking any coffee tonight, just lemon juice. So I'm probably going to fall asleep. Been up all day. Armor. Ugh. Why do you keep coming up with issues? So now we can go to body armor. Anytime something looks like a disadvantage, it's an advantage. So this giant list, we can rail on. We've got people on our side. He has to pay people to come up with stuff on this. Every time he puts another stupid thing on the water, we should be able to throw an organization, 600 board people, and a couple of people who just wants to go mess around with the antis, right? We should be able to do that on every one of these things, and they'd be screwed. How many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18. If we come up with 20 groups and we get 100 people to come up with some kind of a thing to solve each thing, we're done. Then those 100 people come out and go, here's our 4 ideas, 3 ideas or something. So there's a way we can work with this. Anyway, so we got body armor. Good. Got to learn to TIG. That's when Bob started talking about breaking my welder. Open carry. Copy. I'm not even going to take yours because I'm going to have to capitalize it myself anyway. And I don't know what that's all about. Does anybody even know what he's talking about? Wrists of guns, we got that. I don't know what that is. Talking about Ned Kelly, left-leaning gun owners. Oh, I think you were trying to talk about it before. No, I don't care if they're left-leaning. I was thinking more of people, at least what I was thinking about was people that are going to need to seek out information. Because there's, oh, that's interesting. Look what I'm going to do. Nobody's stopping me. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to figure out which one is this. It's under players, I think. Right? So I'm going to take new gun owners, and I'm going to take that one. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to shove that down underneath here. Call it new gun owners, because I can do that. Go over here, paste it under there, call it new gun owners, and make it a little bit bigger by doing this. Right? And now, paste it again. What did you put in here? Left-leaning? So liberal? Because they call themselves that. Liberal gun owners. Liberal new gun owners? Yeah, I'm going to say that's different because a liberal gun owner is plain different. So copy paste. Now we get rid of the word new. That's copying and pasting at a whole nother level. When you can copy something that's bigger than the smaller thing and then delete, it's way better than copying a small thing and having to type. You don't even know the level of laziness you're witnessing. What other kind of new gun owners is there? There is the, well, I guess I'm not to call it new gun owners. I'm just going to call it gun owners. And then we got your FUDs. We know a couple of them. We got your, what do we call like the I'm just call them hunters. How about we just do that? Hunters. Maybe some ex-military LEO because they're all the same. Military and LEO is exactly the same, especially when they're ex. But let's see. I'm going to say lifelong because that's what I am. We're better than everybody else. Lifelong. Not just because we know better or know more about everything than anybody else, but also we weren't chill. We just don't stress out and be weird about everything all the time. And then what else is there? Collectors. We're going to get an investor once in a while. They see us having a great time and figure they want to capitalize on it. Right, so if anybody can think of other types of gun owners, I'm thinking that might be an interesting list because every once in a while, depending on what we end up doing with this, it's going to get down to like some gun owners are like this and some gun owners are like that, and which ones are which. Nope, that ain't it. That's it, and that's it. There we go. We'll know which ones in a second. So look how stupid that list looks right there. It's all crappy. So I'm just going to take that and jam it in the center somewhere and take that one and move it up a little bit also and highlight all these and just do the exact same thing. Now they're way closer together. That's, again, laziness and knowledge means effectiveness without having to do anything. Okay. 2A. I was wondering how much 2A weighs. That's what Canadians, that's the kind of perspective Canadians bring to our discussion. We're trying to have an efficient conversation about saving our rights down here, Bob. Let's see. We could break down the new gun owners by demo. I just did. Oh, I see what you're saying by demo. That'd be a thing too. Learn to the left, lean to the right. Spreading their field thin. Right. Right? With all this, I think that's what he's talking about. Time for a great reset just to the right, not to the left. I don't know what that means. It's an opportunity for everybody to go, wait a minute, I think. Or everybody's going to go, oh, this is what Mad Max is like. They're not going to like that. heard they're already attacking 3D printers. That's easy to say. That's the other problem. So what's another, is that an environment? I'm going to call it environment. And the environment would be the, what's the word, like flow of info or something? The like flood of information? Oh man, do I have it on my phone? How many people are listening? So I don't want to bust any people's guts out there. So if you're tender, you can't handle shit, go to sleep. Go away. I'm going to place it. Where's my phone? How's my phone? No wonder I'm not getting any phone calls. Let me see if I can find these, if they're on here anymore. So I'm just minding my business, driving down the road. And I'm listening to NPR and it's shitty. And this kind of stuff happens to me.
All of the things that you might end up doing. So we teach cooking classes, mechanics, and woodworks, and sewing, and of course intellectual matters, math and languages. But no talents are valued more than other talents. So it's not because you're good at math or languages that you're better than somebody that's good in creativity and in cooking. And so we end up in a society where people, when they're children, are told that they're good enough and what they're good at is needed and appreciated and valued in society. At the age of...
That's the kind of crap talk that 9mm lovers use to justify their addictions. So that wasn't the one I was looking for. It was probably, I guess, was I driving out there? I might have moved it off of here because I don't like leaving a bunch of files on my phone. And I pulled some other stuff off, so I may have pulled it off. Let's try this one.
Tonight's episode, Triangle of Terror.
No, that's not it. So I don't know if you could even hear that other one, that like British lady talking about a 9mm decent or something. Anyway, I was listening to something and they go, the greatest untapped resource is human decision making. So they're already to the point where us clicking on stuff generates a product, right? And that product is the next boom, the next commodity that will be of value. And it was such a veiled analogy for socialism. It was insane. But it was basically like, the one problem that we have is that, we've made everything as efficient as possible. Like we've made cars as efficient as possible and airplanes and flashlights and, every engine and every motor is as efficient as possible. But the problem is everybody just decides to do whatever they want all the time. So imagine how much more efficient it would be if everybody going east just went east together. And, like, how great would it be if all this decision making was done together in unison for the greater good and shit. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So they're already getting to where they're folding this over into some sort of weird, like, it comes together in different ways. It's scary. So anyway, the flood of information is a thing that we have to deal with, and I suspect the environment of information or information flow is something that we can know. You can ignore it at your peril. If you do not pay attention to it and master it, then how are you telling your kids how to master it? How are you instructing your kids to master it? And if you're not mastering it, you are its victim. Like it is using you. You are its commodity. So that's going to be an interesting one. Unfortunately, I don't think we got a lot of time to educate. So some of this is going to have to be like lead by example, potentially. Let's see. So we're out here, we've been about an hour and a half into this. We're doing a map at 2A. It's a very nice color-coded map. The timeline is in blue. The time frames are also in darker blue. We have the opportunities over here in like a lime green that include things like the braces and the fact that they've assaulted on us over Christmas, and that we have a lot of new gun owners on board in different ways. We have the issues, which is a whole giant list in purple over here: semi-auto ban, pistol braces, Hearing Protection Act, National Reciprocity, the buying age, the magazine bans on. I'm not going to read that whole thing. It's a giant list. We got the environment, which is in green because of it's in the environment, and that includes things like gun shows, which could also be an issue to some extent. But I wanted to have it as an environment because I think that's someplace that we can be, and we don't think of it as a resource enough. Anyway, so then we also have the rural versus urban. I think that's a giant part of this whole thing. I think that I've definitely put some thought into this is a situation based on how many people live in cities. So I think this whole thing could be boiled down to that potentially. But the rural urban is lots of levels. We got the census and how that's going to apply to that thing, that whole distribution of population type of thing. And voting precincts, or whatever that's called, voting regions. Oh, these are the experts of screwing with that, and they're just going to have free reign on that for a while. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of paying attention to government when nobody wanted to. We got the distrust of government, disdain of government, distaste for government, all of those things, like disinterest in government. They're using all of that against us. Like if you don't like broccoli and they can hide like a bunch of stuff in the broccoli and you don't even know because you're not interested in broccoli, you're losing out. What if they put a bunch of diamonds in the broccoli? You don't ever know because you're not eating any broccoli. So yeah, we've got the distrust of government and then this like flood of information I talked about. So next, we got the players. There's too many of them to list. They're in multiple different colors. Resources include the cell phones and the internet and our buying power. I think we got a lot of potential to talk about elements there. We got the organizations, which is just a list of the 3-letter organizations that are on our side. And layer 10 is gun owners. And I'll type gun owners in here so that it's nice and consistent. So, yeah, we're building the elements of what? Of a map, I guess, and then we can use that to hopefully illustrate, visualize, put into perspective what all we're dealing with, figure out who the players are. I don't know. We talked about doing a Venn. Would you say what that thing's called? A Venn something or another structure. So that's circles, and then it would be putting things into circles, like I guess like this. So I could make a new layer at the top here and call it Venn, right? And then go grab some circles. You can make circles by going over here, holding down the shift key so that they remain circles, going like this, getting rid of the insides completely and giving the outsides a little dimension, about just a little dimension, even less than that. So we'll go up here and drop that, and go less than that. So we'll go up here and go right there, and we'll turn it into a blue circle because it's like a good color. And get rid of that and go over. Now we have a circle, and we can put it like, I don't know, over here, and we could easily put like a couple of things in it, make it a different size or something, put other things in it, make a couple. So that's in the future. So we'll go like that. Let's see. So otherwise, we could draw lines between things. I think that's another aspect. Like this. Make another layer for lines, I guess. But potentially, like, whoa, why is this being weird to me? This could have something to do with that. That could go to that. This could go around to this in a weird way, and so forth. And you could easily make those lines different colors, and maybe that would indicate something. What are you doing? Oh, I got the right button. All right. And anyway, so that's what we've come up with. It took us took you people an hour and a half. I could have done this in half the time, but you people slowed me down. So yeah, I stole all your ideas by copying and pasting them over onto this Adobe Illustrator document, and we're going to, I don't know, maybe come back at another time and address it. Educating non-gun owners. What would that be? That would be a issue, I guess. And that would be less of an issue that they're throwing at us and more of a challenge. So maybe a challenge. I think we just came up with a new thing for here. So I'm going to go to players and then add a challenge, because that would sort of be the, we call it the yin-yang off of opportunities, right? So there's opportunities. Now we got challenges right under opportunities. We'll unlock opportunities, which sounds like something you'd say at a business luncheon or something. And then we'll open challenges, which sounds good. So we'll make challenges brown, because challenges are shitty. Nobody wants to be challenged. And then, what'd you put on there? Educating non-companies. I'm going to type in all that. So we're going to go over here and grab all that, even though it's not capitalized correctly. And go over here and paste. Get the rest of it. But I was lucky enough to not have to ever do it. Probably figure out a better place to stick these, because this doesn't seem like a good place anymore. So I'm going to unlock everything. Now I can grab these and move them, and grab these and move them, and grab these and move them, and how to get room for these. It's getting a little messy, but guess what? So is all this shit we have to deal with right now. Barbecue never jumped in here tonight. I need to talk to Barbecue about something that we're not going to talk about live, but I don't even think he's here today. Is that guy even 2A anymore? I don't think that guy's even around. So let's see what's next. Other DGS, we dissect each category further. Let me go over here. It's even better if I go over here, because then I can click on your shit. Oops. Yeah, I think that might be something we can do. Or you could do the rest, solve it, and then just bring us the results. That would be nice, right? If you all just went out and solved this in different ways and then come back and show us how well you solved it. Maybe we could have a race. Whoever solves it first, and if you solve it first, you get a free patch. So you could pick any of these issues, solve it, and you get a free patch. You're welcome. We could just figure out how to make this happen. Well, except Barbecue's not here. Damn it. All right, so veggie chicken nuggets. Nobody wants to eat anything like that. They're already brainwashing their kids. Nobody's eating that. That is not a thing. I guess that's it. Are we also saying anything? Don't forget manufacturers. They'll be our biggest backers. I got the industry up here under players, I guess. But potentially it could come out to be broken down like this. I'm not sure. All right, well, so here's the deal. This is a bunch of work. I have a bunch of work I'm not doing over there. So I'm going to quit doing this and start doing that. And, well, I still got some time before I fall asleep again. And we'll see if the puppy's feeling better. Everybody that showed up earlier today and was asking about her, she's doing better. She turned out to have some sort of a tummy ache or whatever. And she seems to be getting better. But then at the same time, she keeps just sitting around and not playing. You know, she's not having a great time. She's not doing bad, but she's not really doing anything either. So hopefully it's just something she'll get past, and then it won't be an issue. Messing this around. I don't think these things should be in order like this. I think it looks really, really bad this way. So I just messed it up a lot. That's what happens when you do stuff as you're talking and not thinking about it. I guess thinking about it enough to know I didn't like what was happening, but I kept doing it. And now I have to go around and do all different. I don't want to put these nearer to each other because I feel like all that crap is the same. Yeah, there's so many ways to deal with this. So I don't know. Feel free to watch the video again. Feel free to do something like this on your own. Feel free to suggest something like, I don't know, not necessarily like this, but suggest something to others to get people thinking creatively. I think they're winning, when they use the abuse of media or something like that. Is that a thing? To just wail on us with stuff. There's got to be other strategies to to just not comply with their ambush. With that, then I guess we'll wrap it up.